Hey you, how's it going? I'm back with you for more, I'm back with you on the buzz for more video or, more content on, what is happening with the UK and, how we are seeing positive results of, the GDP and positive effects on, how the GDP is going up and, all good news here, right? Now, apart from last year, at least to compare. Now, if you are keen on, advertising with us, if you are keen on, getting in touch with us, just call us. Our number is 07852 473 473. Now, all you have to do is just like, comment, subscribe on our channels. I'm going to give you a bit of a video on understanding what, Relax Radio is more about. Stay tuned right here. I'll be back with you more on more content for, talking about how UK GDP is going up and, how it's looking positive in terms of the housing market and so on, right? Now, I'm going to be right back with you. Stay tuned and just That is right. We're number one, on everything channels, if it's YouTube, Facebook, we're ready to give you the best of the news, all updates. We're here with you, if it's personal growth, if it is business, if it is, keeping you updated with, everything that's going on in terms of celebrities. And even if it comes to, things around, real talk, if it is, conversing around, what is happening, what is really going on in the country, right? Now, I was talking to you about how I'll break down, how the GDP is actually shooting up after, pretty much the worst years in the last, decades at least, right? Now, apart from the fact that, the coronavirus has been a negative effect on the economy, I mean, it wasn't just us, right? It was, so many, pretty much everyone. And, we were not ready for this. This has basically been core topic around what everyone has been talking about, if it's social media, if it is YouTube, how the effects of this have been basically breaking down, and then how jobs have been fluctuating in terms of volatility, how dependability has been changing. All these are different topics that people have been talking about. The words unprecedented and these unfortunate times. These are all words we've been hearing on repeat right now over the last year at least. Now, the UK GDP is basically looking at shooting up apart from what we had last year, and this is a string of positive news. But I am pretty sure that everyone is looking at being pretty much on the edge and not too relaxed in terms of understanding or expecting the best of everything that's going on, because exactly, I mean. Pretty much because of pretty much because of what happened last year, everyone is hoping okay, it's a new decade, everyone's looking at a positive year, and we're just going deep into positive growth, but then everything just went the opposite way, right? Now the GDP has been it's been on the rise by 16.9%, and 1.3% in the third and fourth quarters respectively now of the last year. And it's estimated that only a 1% growth for the period between October and December was exceeded. But again, the GDP fell by 9% in 2020, and this was slightly less than the initial estimate of 9.9%. So talking about how this collapse and how in more countries this deficit has basically been affecting, I will break it down. But talking about Britain's economy, right now, here basically the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, even in Argentina, in Spain, all these have basically had the heaviest fall according to the OECD data. Now, OECD is a breakdown for now anything in terms of no trade, no vaccine, all these, it's the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, right? Now, the three countries they've been talking about is the Britain, the Argentina, and the Spain, areas. Now, if you're talking about how the deficit basically goes further, The ONS has also spoken about how Britain's current, account deficit has widened to $26.3 billion and in the fourth quarter, right? Now, this has almost doubled in the shortfall of the third quarter, but coming to the loss, as it basically firms up, and as long as the import goods are looking positive towards the UK trade, the EU is basically looking at, it is changed since the 1st of Jan, right? So talking about the deficit and long-standing concern for the investors, this leaves Britain a bit reliant on foreign inflows of cash because of the fact that I mean, in one way, I'm honestly a little happy we are still collectively as another unit, because talking about, if we were an island, right? If we were an island, we would have to properly depend on a lot of imports unless we were sprouting in terms of our own resources. Now that we might, I mean, the Brexit has definitely made a significant impact on the economy, on how travel has been going. It has been positive or negative for whoever, right? I know I'm not really going to pick a side here, but then talking about how, if it is talking about the resources that we've had, it would, at least the logistics story, right? It would have been a lot more difficult if we didn't have a direct geographical physical connection to other countries or reach, right? Because things like if it is food, if it is water, these are what we are going to need at the end of the day, right? Now, talking about how chief investment officer at a wealth management firm in Kingswood, basically. So the guy's name is Rupert Thompson. He says that this follows the recent stronger than expected numbers for business confidence, because the contradiction in the first quarter would be smaller than the first, right? And meanwhile, although the vaccine is rolled out, this has basically broken down hopes and rapid rebound over the coming months. Now, I did talk about how the UK housing scheme, basically the housing prices are slowing down in March, and the demand is basically not as much. Now, definitely, we are aware of the fact that people are not the highest. People have been definitely pushing towards all types of remote work, or people have been more flexible in terms of where they're looking at working, where they're looking at living as well, right? Because the lockdown, basically, on the last segment, in the last year, has basically pushed people to understanding or breaking down what their costs are, what their budgets are, understanding where they're putting their money, where they need to prioritize, right? If it is rent over entertainment or entertainment over rent, that is one thing. I mean, me personally, I had to consider, right? So talking about how the price growth had slowed down during the months, and how it is going up by 5.7% now, as compared to March of last year. Now, the mortgage lender nationwide said that last month the property prices had risen by 6.9%, while the prices edged down by 0.2% month on month. Now, this is across the UK, right? The average price of a house might have ranged up around £230, and talking about how the slowdown in March basically had reflected a softening of demand. Although going ahead, there will be a demand increase again, just like the GDP is increasing, because businesses are going to start running again, right? Money is going to start flowing. People are going to start needing to get around, and people are going to see the investment or the reason to move into cities. Or basically the same reason real estate goes up, right? So talking about how I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys are, what your opinions are on what industry you are in, what do you think about how the GDP is affecting the housing prices. These are conversations I think everyone needs to start talking about now, because we are still not settled. And I think once the vaccines are done rolling out, it's just a matter of understanding, okay, where is everyone going to be, what industries are going to be booming, and things around how people are going to be living or working, right? So this is, like I said, like I always say, guys, this is your channel, this is your platform. Relax Radio is for you. Entertainment, if it is news, if it is motivation, all kinds of positive content as well. Just stay tuned here. I want you guys to engage with us, comment or like, subscribe on our pages. if you want to get in touch with us, it's 078 52 437 That's 078 52 473 473, right? Now, I'll be right back with you for more stories. My name is Tim.